Her screams echoed through the empty house as her human form betrayed her. She saved the fox, but at what cost? It was a cold night under the glowing moon on the outskirts of Seoul. The highway stretched endlessly through a dark forest, quiet and deserted. Dr. Hye-jin, a kind-hearted young veterinarian, was driving home after a long, tiring day at her clinic. The soft hum of her car was the only sound in the still night. Her car came to a sudden stop. In the middle of the road, a white fox lay still. Its fur shimmered under the pale moonlight, making it seem almost otherworldly. Hye-jin's heart sank as she stepped out of her car. Carrying her medical kit, Hye-jin carefully approached the fox. It was hurt, motionless but breathing faintly. She didn't know it then, but helping this creature would change her life forever, and not for the better. The fox was alive but badly hurt. Its leg was bent at an odd angle, clearly broken. Hye-jin wasted no time. She worked skillfully to stabilize the animal, wrapping the injured leg with care. Her hands moved gently, her heart filled with concern. As she treated the fox, she noticed something strange. Its eyes. They were a deep golden color, glowing with an intensity that didn't feel natural. For a moment it felt like those eyes were watching her, understanding her. A cold shiver ran down her spine as the fox let out a low growl. The next morning, Hye-jin woke up feeling unusual. Her head throbbed. Her senses seemed sharper than ever. She could hear distant sounds and smell faint scents she had never noticed before. Everything around her felt heightened, more alive. At the clinic, something strange happened. Hye-jin, always calm and composed, snapped at a colleague over a small mistake. She couldn't understand why she felt so angry. It was as if a storm was brewing inside her. Later that day, she started seeing flashes, images that weren't hers. She saw herself running through dark forests, hearing chants in strange languages, and witnessing blood-soaked battles. These memories didn't belong to her, but they felt disturbingly real. That night, as she checked on the fox, it stared at her. Its golden eyes locked onto hers with an intensity that made her freeze. Suddenly a voice echoed in her mind. It was soft, but haunting, feminine, but chilling. Distorted voice.
"You saved me. Now you belong to me."
Hye-jin stumbled back, her hands clutching her head. She couldn't believe what she had heard. The fox wasn't an ordinary animal. It was a Gumiho, a mystical nine-tailed fox spirit. And now, somehow, it was inside her. Over the next few days, Hye-jin's body started to change. Her nails grew sharper, her eyes reflected an unnatural glow, and her reflection in the mirror didn't quite look like her anymore. Something dark was growing within her. She could feel the Gumiho's power coursing through her veins, intoxicating but terrifying. With every passing moment, she felt less like herself. Her humanity was slipping away, replaced by something primal and dangerous. Desperate to understand what was happening, Hye-jin dived into ancient legends and folklore. She learned that the Gumiho was a cursed spirit, bound to take revenge by possessing others. Breaking free from the curse required an ancient ritual, but the risk was immense. Failure would mean either death or complete possession. With no other choice, Hye-jin prepared for the ritual. She knew it was her only chance to reclaim her life, but the fear of the unknown lingered in her heart. Under the full moon's light, Hye-jin stood in the middle of a sacred circle, candles flickering around her. Her hands trembled as she held an ancient dagger, reciting the incantation. The air felt heavy, thick with an unseen presence. Fox spirit,
"You cannot escape. You chose this path."
The Gumiho's voice echoed in her mind, filling her with doubt. Shadows danced around her, and the spirit fought to stay in control. Every second felt like a battle between her will and the spirit's power. Summoning every ounce of courage, Hye-jin drove the dagger into the ground. A burst of light filled the room as the spirit let out a deafening scream. Slowly, it faded into nothingness, leaving her alone in the silence. The next morning, Hye-jin woke up to find the fox gone. The sharp senses and aggression had disappeared, but the memories of the Gumiho's tragic life remained, a haunting reminder of their connection. Though she was free, Hye-jin knew she would never be the same. She left her clinic behind, determined to start fresh. But in the depths of her mind, a whisper lingered, a quiet warning that she could never truly escape the nine-tailed curse. The line between humanity and the unknown is thin, and sometimes crossing it leaves scars that never heal.